Hello triathlon friends, this is Kai and here's Christian with me. We are back with the story Zero2Hero Triathlon Journey. It's episode number 7 and we are just 2 weeks after episode number 6. We are here in Rapperswil for the Ironman 70.3 in Switzerland, and today is the 11th of June and it was a race day. It was a sunny day. It was a beautiful, gorgeous day for triathlon racing, and we have to tell you a story how it went today. We'd love to tell you a story because as Huge said, it was magical. That was his words when he came out, Christian. So before we go into detail of the race, let's point out a little bit from the story before. Last weekend you had a race, an Olympic distance triathlon in Zug, the Zero2Hero Triathlon. We mentioned that in the episode number 6, which went very good. You were happy with that?
Absolutely.
And with no tapering, so normal training and a lot of VGT, vegetative training applied. You said 3 times a day in short sessions. Christian managed to be in top shape here for the Ironman 70.3. So yesterday evening we did a special deep vegetative training, but Christian was attracted to one of my new businesses. It's a sound healing, a sound massage. I have a new studio next door to the coaching studio that I own, and Christian was so attracted by it, so we took the dive into the sound cloud. Would you talk a little bit about this experience?
Sure, I am a big Buddha fan, so I felt like that room was filled with Buddha. Essentially, there's the sound bowls from Tibet, and they're all making sounds, and they have these. You have these big gongs as well, which usually I seen in sumo fights only. And the place had such a dense energy there. I already entered the room and I felt like I was melting, literally, not because of tiredness, but just because of the dense energy that was there. And then I said, why don't we combine the vegetative training with a Lichtgang sound bowl session and see the result today on the race?
Yes, that was a brilliant idea. I was a little bit conservative. I wanted to have this project only to be VGT, but it's not bad to be playful and to combine that, so we did that. And we started the session with like 15 minutes activation of Christian doing a VGT shaking, and then the body was silent and more or less ready to receive the frequencies of the bowls. I choose a setup of sound bowls that would put Christian into a focused but at the same time relaxed state. We call it alpha state of the mind, so you're absolutely focused but totally relaxed at the same time. It's the perfect setup for high performance, for peak performance. And we added some, let's say, some battery charging of the cells and like some fighting spirit and a lot of sunlight. So we gave Christian the information after he was in the vegetative zone to accumulate, to really soak in sunlight energy. And maybe you tell our triathlon friends how that felt in the race today.
Yeah, absolutely. A big takeaway was also what we healed during the VGT and the Lichtgang sound bowl session was awful swim and water fear that I took from last week, and in this session we really went through as a preparation through mental tips and mental states, right? How to interact as with the little fishes, with all the other participants, so that I don't have any panic attacks and I don't need to stop the swim, whatever happens. And then we ingrained that into the session. So today, amazing, perfect swim, and I'm happy we did the warm-up together. again bringing the positive spirit into the very beginning of the race. So the swim was super smooth. I really was swimming with my eyes closed. I was that relaxed. And I was really feeling the water, and was a night and day experience compared to last week in Ziturn Triathlon. And I'm happy to take 36 minutes for 1.9K, which is my personal best so far in a 70.3. So that worked quite well. Then in a transition, everything was automatic. I was such in a flow state, and everything was so intuitive. I didn't have to think. I was very quick out of the transition, and then as soon as I sat on the bike, I was glued to it. I felt very powerful. I averaged 266 watts and 2 hours 30 for the bike, which is quite hilly here in Rapperswil, around 900 or 1000 meters of elevation, if not more. I don't know at the top of my head. But I felt so strong. Again, a new personal best in terms of power and time. But in the mental side, I even had a portion of the race where I cried because of the strong emotion, because I could reconnect with the melting experience or with the relaxed state from yesterday, and bringing it, tapping into it on the bike. Because what we worked on yesterday, and what was the outcome of the session, was that it was focusing on the feeling and not on the material physical state. Oh, this is so hard, or I'm pushing too many watts, or not. When your mind is not worried with all these aspects, and I just focused on this amazing feeling and joy, with amazing weather, great people on the course, everything played out by itself. So the result followed. And then in the run, a bit of cramps in the beginning, but then the legs came back and absolutely smashed it. Again, a new personal best, 1 hour 37. So in total, comparing last year Rapperswil with this year, last year was 5 hour 30, this year was 4 hour 52, 58, so 37 minutes.
37 minutes.
Improvement over 1 year.
Yeah.
And especially because we began with VGT from the bike fit, the very, very, very beginning last year,
Yeah.
March, April.
Yeah.
So I would still put the 5 hour 30 in a good bag, because it was my very first year in the triathlon community, and I was
that was already a good result for you.
Yes,
and
that was.
Now you're topping this with 40 minutes. That's that's about let's say 15%. Calculate 15-20% maybe. That's a huge gain.
And the best takeaway is now I'm feeling so fresh. The people that I met after the race told me, you need to do 2 more loops all out intensity because you're still too hyper.
Yes.
So I didn't know where that energy came from. Not sure if Red Bull gives you wings or.
No, it's 2 things actually. The one thing is of course the Red Bull that gives you wings, and the second thing is the super Girona Race Academy suit that Christian was taking on today as at the first time, and a little gift from my friends from Girona, and now to be honest, I have done a few sessions with the sound bowls, and people are lingering in deep relaxation, and once they melt away, or you feel the body melts away, you can soak up so much vibration. Your cells are made of water, and that water is informed by that vibration. So the cells keep the information. It will keep that information for more than just an hour, 2 hours. It will keep it for almost a week. So we did that yesterday, and obviously today you will still be very, very charged. And I know this from previous times. This setup is working really, really magic, and shame you didn't bring out more of it. Now you know it's really there, it's really working. Now for the next couple of weeks, in preparation for the Half-Ironman in Lahti in Finland, which is your main target, I would suggest, and to people out there, now Christian is on a level that he can really activate very quickly, and he can rely on the impact of the vegetative training, and he can kind of call and remember certain states to get energy into the body, to restore the body very quickly. So now as time or the training intensity increases, especially you can really hit red zones, high numbers, and be confident that the VGT backs you up on that, and the harder you go, the harder you will recover, and on a higher level it puts you. So that is a very crucial step now. So we will, not putting any pressure on you, but we will see more and more improvements now as the base is solid. It's very confident. That was our goal for today. That was your goal.
A solid effort.
A solid effort with enjoyment. I think that was more than fulfilled.
Absolutely.
And now we are building, like on a pyramid, we are building the top edge of the pyramid, which is putting you on a different level. So I hope you're interested, eager to follow us. If you have missed any session, any episode, you will find that on the website. And now this is number 7, as I said, and there are more to come. We are right in the middle of the Zero2Hero triathlon journey, and yeah, to me it has so far been a great journey with great experiences, great how do you say, learnings, great takeaways, and we had in January, February, I think we had a little bit of dip, but that's, yeah, that can be seasonal. Now I feel there's more energy coming, and I hope you feel that too. And you keep following us and sending us your questions. By the way, I have one question from one viewer, from one person. He asked if you're having any training plans.
Zero training plan, my friend. Go with the feeling. If I feel good, I do a bike during my lunch break where I'm working full time. So I do either a bike or a swim, a bike and swim split during the day. So bike, lunch, swim in the night. Everything by the feeling. I don't know what I do tomorrow. So I wake up in the morning, I see how I feel. Zero training plan. On a broad macro level, I follow the 80-20 rule with Maffetone or Zone 2. Yeah. Zone 2, solid base, everything easy. So that's what I strive to do, as much volume, easy, and a bit of intensity sprinkled here and there. Okay. This is on a macro level. Yeah. Micro level, I wake up in the morning and say, okay, what do we feel like doing today? Yeah. So it's really joy, play, a few tips from Kai, nutrition-wise, training-wise, but I do all the decision-making, I do all the sessions. I have a Training Peaks account where I collect everything, but I don't go with the numbers. Just go with the feeling.
Okay, so this is answered. And also to clarify that, I'm not coaching Christian like training-wise. I'm just coaching him for the mental part, how to mentally digest the efforts and how to apply the technique that he's really very well now mastering it, the vegetative training. I give new stimuli so that he can evolve. That's my job, and of course being part of the races, and
Kai is the guardian angel during the races, giving me crazy support, and that's also why energy levels go boom.
Yeah, it's very fun with you. So stay tuned.
Keep the questions coming.
Keep the questions coming. Stay tuned, and we will be back with our next story in the month of July.
See you then.
See you then.
Bye-bye.
Bye.